What's up guys, Lassivewl here, back with another video. I hope you enjoy Phase 3 as much as I do, because you can raid with multiple characters a week because of the short raid time of like 20 minutes in 10 man and 45 minutes in 25 man. Anyways, I wanted to give you a quick Phase 3 update on the corruption resnap at 35% and weapon swapping. For those of you who are not that familiar with it, please check out my videos where I explain it in detail. I will link my two basic videos in the description and in the info card here. Let's first start with the weapon swap. The question in P2 was, is it really worth it? Because with the P2 weapons, it gave like 50 DPS or so at best, and there was only one or two bosses like Algalon where you should have used it. Now in TOGC we have better crit weapons with the two-hand crit staffs, and ATM I have the Star Shard's Edge and the Biz offhand with no crit at all, so that is about 5% additional crit for my corruption snapshot, which is about 100 DPS gain in WoW sims. And even with the Biz blade with crit on it, it will be still about 70 DPS gain, so it's totally worth it and I will use it for sure. So where is a weapon swap for your first corruption even useful? On the boss fights where you pre-pot wild magic and have your first corruption roll over the whole fight without dropping it. That is currently Lord Jaraxxus and the Twin Valkyrs, and maybe later in the phase Anubarak as well, when your raid manages to one-phase him with enough DPS. And especially on twins, the weapon swap is insanely worth it because you have two corruptions rolling and a 50% more damage buff. So this is a huge DPS boost, guys. Go get your crit two-hand staff from either 10 man or 25 man, both are perfectly fine. Just keep one thing in mind, at some gear constellations you might have hit issues with your crit staff equipped, so there might be a slight chance to miss your first corruption. But why don't risk it for the maximum pass, guys? It's only 4 bosses per week, no speed running, and you will get your 50 chests regardless of hitting your first corruption or not. It's my personal opinion. Okay, this leads us to the second question. At which bosses is a re-snapshot of corruption at 35% worth it? We get a little bit more spell power and crit, but nothing really changes, so the break-even point with a potion of wild magic is still about 41 seconds below 35%. If the fight is longer, which you can check in your raid's Warcraft logs, then re-snap at 35%. When you don't have wild magic pre-potted, then it's only 30 seconds. But when you do a crit weapon swap, then it explodes to 69 seconds for me personally at the moment. Go check it out yourself, I'll link the sheet again in the description. The conclusion is, yes, use weapon swap for Jaraxxus, twins, and maybe later in the phase a noob. And pre-pot wild magic there. Do not resnap corruption then on these fights, but please check your own kill times. On Northrend beasts, you may be resnap at 35% of Icehowl, depending on your kill time and people alive. And on a noob, you will most likely have a burrow phase and lose your first corruption anyway. I for myself have to seed on a noob in order to hit all the Nerubian burrows, so I recast corruption below 35% anyway. So that is my little update for you guys. Hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments what you think, and please leave a like and subscribe so that more Warlocks can profit from these tips and deal more damage for your raid. Stay tuned, as I will drop a video about the demonic pact myth as soon as I can. Hope you enjoyed and see you soon.